Clay Morrow, dead or alive? That is what we're going to find out right here, right now, in the penultimate episode of Season 4. The last time we seen Clay, he was shot at by Opie, and then the screen faded to black. And by that, I don't mean the Niners appeared on the screen. No, I mean it was the end of the episode. And now we're in to episode 13, and this is the penultimate, because for Season 4, we got a bonus episode Kurt Sutter was feeling good for us. So, let's find out, did Clay make it out alive, or is he just a dead president with a gavel in his hands? But before we review the episode, let's talk about the free facts.
And let's talk about episode 13, because this is the only episode 13 not to be the season finale. Sons of Anarchy liked their wee trend of 13. Season 4 did things a wee bit differently though, didn't they? As we go into fact number 2, first and last appearance of Veronica Pope. She's seen, she's having a meal, and then a car went, I'll have some of that, good night. Fact number 3, last appearance of TJ. Maybe wondering who TJ is.
I'm fucking wondering who TJ is.
It's the guy that Jack's killed on the highway. It's not fuck off back to TJ, it's some black guy from the Niners called TJ.
And has he been in it before?
Yeah.
What episode?
The episode where they met with him in the underground car park.
Wow, okay, I couldn't have told you there was a guy called TJ. But
well, I couldn't have told you before I looked at the trivia section.
I thought maybe that was just a dyslexic JT.
Nah, TJ, fuck off back to TJ. Tijuana.
You threw 6 hours to throw shade.
To ride shade? What are you on about, brother? Anyway, let's see what they're on about at the gavel. Opie has shot Clay, and we cut straight back from where it cut off last episode.
No, Ope. No. Yes, Ope. Ope had shot Clay not once but twice. 2 shots into the chest of Clay. Jax looks on. Opie is looking at Jax, and then we hear Clay just kind of like gurgling on his own blood. Opie turns around. He's going to put a third bullet in him to finish him off, but Jax saves Clay, shoots Opie in the hand, and then clubs him over the back of the head with the gun. All of a sudden, though, we know this shot is going to be heard. So we have Rat Boy making his way into the clubhouse. We have Unser arriving late in the pickup truck. And I think Unser was probably expecting to see a dead Clay by the time he got here. But surprisingly, to Unser, Clay's still hanging on. Barely.
He's hanging on in there, damn it. They're like, who do we blame this on? Mexicans? Nah, say it was black.
It's the American way.
Yep. And
angry black
the
man.
opposite for black. This in turn created a snowball effect. It really did. Jax tells Rat Boy though, you keep this story to yourself or else you'll never get patched in. And it's mad to think that Rat Boy's the only guy that knew. Now, albeit, right, season 5, it's kind of revealed to everyone, right, oh, I killed Piney and then Opie tried to kill me, yada yada yada, but Rat Boy had a whole lot of weight on his shoulders here, didn't he?
I feel like this is kind of going a little bit against the code though. Like, shouldn't Rat Boy be honest as a prospect? Because I get it, maybe you can argue at this point Jax is effectively the president, but I still don't think it's right, because Jax wouldn't appreciate it if somebody else said this to Rat Boy and then Rat Boy withheld really important information for the club. So I think you can argue this is going against the club laws.
It is. Jax is just trying to protect Ope at this point.
But we do see though that in season 5 and onwards, Jax kind of does turn into Clay. It's a dictatorship.
You back my every move, brother.
It's Jax-tatorship.
No, it's Jax-tatorship.
We had Rick-tatorship in The Walking Dead, and in Sons of Anarchy we had Jax-tatorship. And yeah, I don't think this is the right move, but maybe this was just a sign of things that were to come for Jackson.
Yep. Clay,
the reign of terror, maybe.
The reign of terror, but Clay's getting dragged, blood trail behind him, he gets put in the TM garage. Rat Boy drives off in the fan, Jax gets Opie in the pickup truck. Unser then just like leans down beside Clay and he's like, got him. Could Unser have killed Clay here? Should he have killed him? Or is Unser too much of a good guy?
Well, I mean, let's be honest, Unser could have killed him. He could have easily took him out. I mean, I don't know, could have stopped the breathing or whatnot. He couldn't really put another bullet in him, because then Jax would have knew there was only 2. And then where did this third one appear from? But I mean, Unser could have blocked his airways, oxygen. I mean, if Unser really wanted to, he could have killed Clay here, but I mean, he probably looked at Clay, probably thought he was pretty much dead already, so.
Why do I need to make a move? Why do I need to do another one?
Unser really is done his part anyway. He knows that Clay's a dead man walking, so to speak. So
Yeah, and you can maybe argue he wants to see him suffer. Who knows? But we've got Jax and Opie there in the pickup truck. Jax is demanding what the hell happened. Why would Clay go kill Piney? He's like, talk to your mother. Jackson, talk to your mother. He's like, Unser followed me up to the cabin. Clay killed Piney. There was leverage. They were trying to cover it up. And Jax is like hearing all this, like, holy shit.
that's a headline accusation there, boy.
It is. And then he tells Opie to go get your hand patched up. Lila Pook, I was like, yeah. He's like, right, Opie, you need to lay low. Cabin for you, big man. Piney's dead, and you're already stealing his gimmick.
Lila just doesn't seem like Opie's wife at the moment.
Which is... Is it divorce official?
No.
Nah, so... It's just a relationship that never really went anywhere. I was just trying to replace Donna. But, yeah. Opie's going to take over Piney's gimmick for now, as Jax is going to try and get to the bottom of this. But get to the bottom of this... He goes home, gets a shower, and when he wakes up, it's daytime. Well, he doesn't even wake up. I mean, I would say a good few hours have passed here before Jax has done anything.
Yeah, unless he took an extremely long shower.
Yep, which, running up a bill and all that, cartel money pays a lot, but the doctors are tending to Clay in the ER. You clearly see that 2 bullets have hit him right in the chest, 1 in the lung. Unser's given a statement to Roosevelt. He says, look like 2 African-American males. If Roosevelt was white, would he have said that?
No, probably they look like you, brother.
Two black guys. Roosevelt's like, what about CCTV? Happy's like, don't record. Of course it don't record. Man, come on, tell us if they were going to have that sort of information and video footage roaming about. But then Roosevelt leaves, and then Tig and Chips are like, what do you know, Unser? And Unser, this is when he could have earned his stripes. This is when he could have got patched in. He's like, I didn't see colours. I just saw they were black. I seen one colour, black.
Tinted windows.
Tig's freaking out though. He's like, Clay asked for help, I turned my back. So you can clearly see that Tig's just going off on one here. And this is why the saying, pinning it on the Niners is such a problem. Because shit like this, if they pinned it on the Mexicans, I guess what you could say is, what I think, it's not like they pinned it on the Niners because like, it was a thought out move, even Clay in the heat of that moment. Because they pin it on the Mexicans, that Galen probably thinks this deal can't happen.
Why not? Did they have to blame it on anybody? Just say we don't know.
True, but then if they don't know, they probably look at the most likely suspects, and I think it would have been Lobo, even though they thought they dealt with that. So, I don't know what the correct lie was to say, but at the end of the day, I don't think whoever you pinned it on it was going to end well. Like, we see in shows, and this show in particular, where even if there's a kill and there's a lie, it never ends well. Like, name me an instance where it ended well.
Never.
It seems to be the person who actually does the kill, and that's where you could say it ends relatively well. But Jax tells Tara about what happened. Oh, it's Clay's blood. He's like, but we're still getting it. Don't you make a worry about it, big man. We are still getting it. How can he make this promise here? His club's falling apart, isn't it?
Well, he doesn't know the worst of it right now, so...
Well, it's about to get any worse, but he's in a towel. He goes through to the kitchen, and to make matters worse, Filthy Phil has hoovered the last bowl of crunchy nuts off of Jax Teller here.
Last bowl was like a fucking barrel.
Yeah. It was like that mission in San Andreas where you bury the construction worker in the porta potty, man. It was like a fucking porta potty worth of crunchy nut.
Crunchy nut.
Oh, I just can't take Filthy Phil serious, though. I mean, honestly, this is the guy that Jax Teller is letting look after his kids and wife when the cartel's on the hunt. This guy, and even Rat Boy, I don't even buy that anyway, man. But then he's like, you tracked down Gemma Teller, Filthy Phil, brother. But then he shows up at the hospital. Jax Clay is back in surgery. Chips points out the fact that no one's heard from Bobby and Juice, and he's worried. Bobby signed into prison, but didn't sign out. So Jax is like, right, I'll go off to Stockton and sort out. And see, at this point, you've literally just got Chibs, Happy, and Jax.
It's a very depleted club. The numbers are down. It's not looking good.
Piney's dead.
May need to patch in a few more members.
Piney's dead. Clay's near dead. Kozik's dead. Miles is obviously dealt with. Tig's doing his own thing. Juice and Bobby are arrested. I mean, we are capitulating right in front of our very eyes.
It's kind of mad though, because at the start of season 4, we started off with I'd say the strongest the club's ever been.
Yep. And now the weakest it's ever been.
Yeah.
Either dead, incapacitated, or arrested.
At the start of season 1, I mean, we haven't lost any patch members since then. The only person you've lost would be the prospect, Halfsack. But obviously, at season 4, you're getting Happy, who's in. You're getting Miles, who's been patched in. You're getting Lemonhead at Sucker, who is being transferred in. So the club's a hell of a lot stronger in season 4 than it was in season 1. But by the end of season 4, I mean, it's in a shambles.
No, it is. It's an absolute shambles. It just highlights the drug cartel. Should never have voted it in.
And it's only going to get worse.
No, it is only going to get worse at this point. Gemma then tells Tara that Clay, in fact, has killed Piney. And look, we are episode 13. Piney's been dead for 5 episodes, and Tara's only finding out now about Piney. Hell, half the club don't even know about Piney. I say half the club, pretty much all the club don't even know till season 5. How mad's that?
Going under the radar.
That's what does kind of annoy me a bit in a way. Is it just all right for Piney to go AWOL? Chibs is
Well, Ken is, because no one's expecting him. So Happy, Juice goes missing for 2 minutes and everyone's freaking out. Piney goes missing for a month and no one even gives a shit.
Yo, I know he's first 9, but I honestly feel like Piney should even been a patch member at the end.
Nah, he doesn't really offer much.
I'm not saying he can't.
See, when I first
he should have to get the ink thing down.
No, see when I first watched it though, I always thought because he had the denim vest on, it was it was less of a member.
It was a retirement.
Yeah, I thought it. Yeah, that's what I originally thought. Cause
even though Armando had it.
Yeah, but a lot of times when we've seen people with denim vests, they haven't exactly been real members. Because when we first seen Jury and his crew, I know they weren't patched in at that point, but they were all wearing denim vests.
Yeah, but
so I just assumed that denim vest was I know it's going to sound dumb, but I always thought it was a step down.
It is going to sound dumb because denim vest to me would be more associated with warmer locations. Because obviously leather, black, very warm. I think Arizona, Indian Hills, not saying Charmin's cold but I think a reason why SAMCRO would have these cuts is because they're the main guys. I think giving Piney that cut made him different from the rest.
Has anyone else in SAMCRO ever had a denim cut?
Maybe Clay did back in the day when the first 9 all had them, to be fair. But talking to the first 9, Gemma tells Tara pretty much everything here. Piney's dead. Clay killed him. He's the one that ordered the hit on you. When I confronted him, he did this. He battered my face in. And our face isn't really healing, is it? Still looking absolutely done. And she also tells her that Opie...
Well, she's healing up a wee bit better than Piney is, so I mean...
That's true. Turns out he wasn't dead. He got up and he walked away, damn it. But she reveals Opie was the one that in fact shot Clay. And she's like, we need to put this to bed. How about we give Clay the letters and that'll be it. Right, hold on here, right? Clay's just been shot.
What good are the letters to him now? Guy's fucking lying with 2 lungs.
Gemma thinks she's playing, checkers here with Tara, but Tara was playing the chess.
No, Gemma is playing checkers, but Tara's got the chessboard.
Very true. Tig, though, I don't know what game he's playing here. He's waiting for Leroy, and then he just seems to be he can't be arsed anymore. And then over and over. Down.
Drives up, mounts the pavement, tries to take out
Leroy.
Leroy moves out the way, as does his girlfriend Veronica, but she jumps in through a window to avoid Tig and ends up landing with shards of glass that impale her in the neck and throat and stuff like this, and she just dies instantly, it looks like. And very unlucky, because we see a lot of people go through windows. It's very rare you see someone go through a window and die because of it.
Yeah, there was glass in her throat and shit.
Plot purposes here, she had to die. So
she had to die as well, Realistically, I think if this was a main character, they're not dying for this. But she is dead. So we've got the Niners chasing after Tig. While, though, we've got Jax, he's up in Stockton. He's kind of wondering why Lenny the pimp has got visiting after about probably 30 years of not having visiting. He's like, I think God overturned Rat. Oh no. Then Jax is like, if anything could do it, it must be Luann. So yeah. Things are coming together here. He thinks Otto has turned heel. He then goes meet with Galindo, Romeo, and Luis. Fills them in, essentially. He's like, Bobby and Juice, looks like they're arrested. Hold on, we'll reach into our DOJ guys and we'll find out, Jackson, if he has turned rat. But, of course, at this point, we don't actually know they're CIA, so we actually just believe them at this point that here, they're just that, important and up the criminal enterprise food chain that they can actually make phone calls like this, but I think it makes a bit more sense later on. But as Jax is doing this, he receives a phone call for Chibs. He's like, Tig's in trouble, brother. Needs an escort home. And
burn it down. I
would say this next scene's probably one of the best ones that they have on bikes.
Aye, definitely, aye.
Like you've got
100%.
Tacoma, you've got Chibs, you've got Happy, you've got Jax, saving Tig. Like I would say, I mean, it's a bit risky, literally just killing a couple of Niners on a public highway. But here, it neutralised the threat and it killed TJ. So R.I.P. TJ.
Yeah, rest in peace, TJ. I didn't know the guy existed until like 10 minutes ago, but rest in peace anyway, brother.
It just shows you though that like there's just proper brotherhood in Sons. Like they're actually backing up Tig here and not like bitching about it. I just feel like the Mayans, would just be shit, to be honest. But Tig is then completely reeling in it back at Telemoral. Jax confronts him. Chips is like, we don't even know if it was the Niners. Tig's like, yeah, it had to be. And then Jack's like, no more crazy shit. You can't do straight without a club vote. Kind of rich coming for Jax, isn't it?
Yeah, Jax does what he wants.
Yep. Tig then rides off. Happy's like, had to be Leroy. He's got to die like a lad. Jax looks at Happy like, yeah, but it wasn't actually the Niners. It was kind of Opie, buddy. Jax is like, right, I'm really worrying about Juicy Boy and Bobby Boy. And Chip's like, yeah, we'll have to find out what they are. Then he's
the boys.
Then he says, gonna have to go into Clay's schedule and info here. Which he said to himself, but I think it just highlights the situation that there's no one else he can tell that to.
Yeah.
Happy's getting the guns up at the warehouse. Chib's trying to find out what happened to the other two locked up members, and it's just him.
He's on his own.
He's on his own, damn it. Tig then breaks down in the hospital. He's like, I can't imagine what it's going to look like, Clay, without me and you at the head of the table sort of deal.
It's been that way for a long time.
It has been that way for a long time. So, absolutely.
End of an era.
Tig. It's sad. But what I would say is, like, I can understand Tig's betrayal when he finds out, like, that it wasn't even the Niners that shot him. Because he's put a lot of shit in motion. But you know what? He sat at Clay's bedside here for weeks.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not only Clay that pushed that lie, so...
True, I get that. Up next, though, we have got the scene of all scenes probably in this episode. Jack's trying to look through the Irish schedule intel. Is met with some own intel. JT's letters. He finally gets to read the big ones, but Gemma's removed a few, hasn't she?
There's a couple of important pages that Jax doesn't get to read. A couple of important pages that didn't get the final print, should we say. And basically everything that Jax reads is damning Clay, but not really doing anything negative towards Gemma. I still think Jax should have been asking questions like, how does Gemma know all this stuff? Because Gemma kind of was speaking as if she was aware of the letters. And I still think it would be hard for Gemma to come out smelling the roses regardless of how many pages she took out.
Yeah.
But she basically...
Unless she just left the cover image in.
But she tries to blame everything on Clay, and she tells Jax that Clay has to go. Not only did he kill Piney, not only did he mess up my face, but he also tried to kill your wife because he knew Tara had the letters, and Clay's gotta die.
Yeah, I think Gemma could have almost just got Jax to kill Clay without even having to show him letters. Could have just said here there was letters that conspired about Clay trying to kill JT, and I think that would have probably been the final nail. See, once Gemma tells him that here, he tried to kill Tara, he killed Piney, and look what he did to me, I think Clay's done, right? And what I liked about this scene is, it kind of just came out of nowhere. Normally with a big reveal like this, there would be like a full episode dedicated to it, but Gemma literally just opened the door and went, right, that's how it's going to be, big man. You're sitting in your VP seat, but you're going to need to sit in that press seat, and you take that gavel back to where it belongs with a teller. So basically, see your wee plan about trying to get escape to Oregon? Go fuck yourself. It's not happening, is it?
But at this point, Jack still doesn't know about the CIA, so why didn't he just tell Gemma, look, I'm done?
I'm done. Doesn't matter. See, Clay, I'm letting him live. I'm done. I'm becoming a mechanic.
No, but regardless of whether these letters are true, and even if Clay did kill JT, why does that affect Jax's plan to leave the club?
Guess it doesn't. I guess once he kills Clay, he can just leave.
Well, even if he doesn't kill Clay?
Because she's fucking master manipulator here. This is a perfect situation for her in order to keep Jax at the helm of the club.
True.
But she walks outside as Jax is reading the letters. We get a wee
She's kill Clay before Clay can strike first. I don't think Clay's going to be striking anything.
No. Strike while the iron is cold in Clay's case. I mean, he's done. He is really done. She walks outside. Tara then says to Gemma, how many letters did you take out before you give them to Jax? Oh, done in.
And this makes me believe that Tara must have copies. I think that she would have definitely made at least a copy, because for her to call out Gemma on this, I believe that she'd probably have a backup plan.
Does she really need copies? Like, what does Tara really get out of revealing to Jax here? Gemma knew all about this as well.
Could Tara not leverage this and say, well, maybe she's learned her lesson. Maybe she's like, you know what? I think letters have been leveraged enough, but couldn't she maybe say to Gemma, you're going to stop trying to wrap Jax around your hands, and you're going to tell him that he can leave the club, or else I will show him the letters that you took out?
I mean, I guess she could have said that. I think in a few seasons' time, when she does some stuff, she could have maybe used this as well. But anyway, right, it's time to get some blood thinning into Clay Morrow's IV, because that is what Tara tells Jax to do. And then you take me and our boys, and we get out of this poisonous town. And Gemma's just looking at her like, you fucking cunt. I've produced the master plan, and Tara's just, completely writ over the blueprints here.
Yeah, Tara's come up with her own game plan.
What are you doing, Tara? Everything you taught me, he's mine. Jax then goes to get on his bike for the meet, and then we cut to Clay. I ain't gonna go to heaven. And his eyes open. Clay's awake. And here, I think this episode and the next one...
This also started the whole tell me you love me shit, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, no, what's she doing? It's almost borderline cringy. But yeah. I think this episode is fine on itself to set up the finale, but I do think that the next episode could have been condensed into this. It's like a 90-minute. Like, I mean, we've seen episodes in this show in Mayans. Like,
I think they tried to split. Well, obviously they didn't try. They did split 2B Act into 1 and 2. And for me, they kind of did water down both of them. So they gave us just 2 good episodes instead of giving us 1 great finale. That's, in my opinion, what they done. I know this is the only season that they gave us 14 episodes, and I don't feel like...
What I would say is, though, I think the reveal at the end of this episode is like Tara and Gemma essentially giving the blessing for Jax to kill Clay and him finding out about the letters. It's a massive moment, and therefore it does warrant its own end. But like you say, a finale kind of has loads of massive moments, and realistically, this Act 1 and Act 2, it's across this one day.
Yeah, I think this could have just been a feature, extended length episode.
Yeah. This episode begins with the shooting of Opie, shooting Clay, and then it ends the next night with Jax sitting there at the table, so only a day happens here. I don't blame them for splitting the episode, but I feel like you could have tweaked it a bit where you could have just made it one big one. But anyway, I really enjoyed this. I'm going to give it an 8. But I do think the next episode suffers a wee bit. Not that it's bad, but I think it is weak by finale standards.
I think 2B Act 1's better than 2B Act 2.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. And that's not to say the next episode's bad, but I'm giving this an 8 out of 10.
I'll give an 8 out of 10 as well. I think the whole Tig escaping on the highway scene and then getting backed up by his brothers, I think probably one of the best bike scenes. One of the best ride scenes in the show.
People always talked about, Mayans had better bike scenes than Sons. What?
I don't remember Mayans having any bike scenes that were relevant. He was up to the odd bike scene where it just showed you on bikes, but in terms of bike scenes that were relevant...
Yeah, I think there's so many Sun scenes on bike, like O'Neill trying to escape and Jax clotheslines him off it.
Honestly, see outside of the opening scene where they get ambushed and they have the drugs stolen, and then the scene with the Swole Boys, I struggle to think of any good bike scenes.
No, me too. But let's go into some good quotes, and we have Happy saying he's gotta die like a lot, referring to Leroy. Good quote. There was a lot of good quotes this episode, and we're giving MVP to Jax. He was kind of all over the place. Jax, he was doing everything. Man of
many talents.
That is for sure, and that's what's going to leave this episode, guys. So it's an 8 out of 10, and of course, like we said, bonus episode because Kurt Suiter's that damn good. So until next time, we'll be back then for Act 2.